As I mix this, I think I should mention, if you wanted to use honey, if you have a favorite honey that you wanted to use in here, you can rock that honey instead of the sugar, or go half and half. The full list of ingredients, as always, will be listed down below. Now, what I must also mention is this is very, very similar to the student version jerk chicken hack that I posted several years ago, and that video has a few 100,000 views, maybe close to 1 million views. I'm not sure, I haven't checked it lately. And one of the reasons why I'm redoing this video, not just the jerk pork. The jerk pork is relatively new for the oven here, but the algorithm on the YouTube is suppressing a lot of my videos. So I'm dropping it back in times. I'm going back and do over a few of the videos, so it may look similar to the jerk chicken video I did a while back. Yeah, slow, because I ain't trying to make a mess. No sir. Now, if you're here after watching the jerk pork video, this is part 2. This is the jerk chicken part of things. And I have the marinade there. I have my chicken thighs already trimmed. I left the skin on. I just flipped it over to see, for you all to see the other side, but that's the other side of that has the skin as well. It's important that you keep the skin. That's gonna help protect the chicken from burning and stuff like that and drying out. We need that little bit of fat in there. The remaining jerk marinade, we're just going to pour that all over there. And the thing about this, as I may have mentioned or not, you don't want to marinate this more than 2 hours with the pineapple, simply because that pineapple is going to start breaking down the protein of the chicken, and you will get a weird texture on the chicken. 2 hours, that's it. So I will flip it over. I will do the same thing as we did with the pork. I will massage it in there, try not to detach the skin, and then we will move on to baking it in the oven. Final bit of marinade is going on there, and this pineapple, once that hit the oven heat there, that thing will start caramelizing, and it's gonna just be absolutely brilliant on your taste buds. I mean, they say your family will be begging you to make this recipe time and time again. Now we're just gonna hit this a little plastic wrap into the oven, into the fridge for a couple hours, and then we'll roast it off. A couple hours later, and before you put it into the oven, what I would recommend you do, you take it out of the fridge and let it come back up to room temperature, because we're not trying to shock it when we put it into the warm oven. My oven is at 380 degrees because I'm doing the convection setting, which means the fan is going to move the air around in there. If you don't have the convection setting, go to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I will not cover it at all, unlike with the pork that you saw me do earlier. What I would recommend though is marinate it in zipper bags. Then before you put it into a baking tray, either spray down with cooking spray or line it with some foil. Clean up later will be a lot easier. I just did it like this because it looks better on camera and easier for you all to see on camera. But stick it into the oven now, 380 degrees Fahrenheit. As I said, if you are doing convection, if you're not doing convection, 400 degrees. Do not cover it. Or if you cover it, it will just spring up a lot of liquid and it will go soupy in there. We don't want soupy. We want all that liquid to kind of reduce down, create a gravy, and the pineapple is going to go nice and caramelize, and even the pieces of onion that we put in there, nice things going to happen. Yeah, mind you, let's put a little irks on things. We have a lot of sugars in here, so be mindful that there is the opportunity for it to burn. So if you know you have hot spots in the oven, you may want to every 10-15 minutes turn the pan around, kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, and if you saw the jerk pork video, the one previous part 1 of this sort of series that I did here on easy jerk in the oven at home, I forgot the thyme. So I'm just gonna toss the sprigs of thyme in there, and that's just gonna perfume things as it roasts off in the oven. An hour and 20 minutes later, and this is what we're left with: jerk chicken thighs Like I said, one of the easiest recipes you will ever make. If you haven't seen the jerk pork version of this, I will link it down below, and I highly encourage you to check it out on youtube.com/CaribbeanPot. Sup, soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me. Email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at CaribbeanPot. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irie. Always a pleasure having you all here in the kitchen with me. I do hope you all give this recipe a try. You know, it's quick, it's simple, it's really tasty, and you see the caramelized bits on the top there. We've got that gravy that we can toss on our rice and peas. And yeah, try to give it a try. Irie. What's up, soldiers? Don't forget to click subscribe. If you've already clicked subscribe, hit that bell notification thing. I want to all you missing out on the new videos, man. Come on, click.